Have you ever caught sight of someone in their late 80s or beyond, 90, who still stands with a proud posture, walks without shuffling, and ascends stairs as though guided by a hidden spring in their step, while others grapple with frailty much sooner? It's common to assume they were simply blessed with wonder genes, yet geriatric experts and researchers often emphasize a more dynamic influence: nutritional reinforcement, especially via particular vitamins. Exercise remains indispensable, of course, but even the most dedicated workout regimen can only do so much if your system isn't getting the elemental nutrients that bolster robust bones, resilient musculature, and finely tuned nerve networks. In this discussion, we'll uncover 7 pivotal vitamins that can fortify your legs even at the venerable age of 95, and reveal how each one supports mobility, stability, and vitality in your lower limbs. Envision Anita, a 78-year-old retiree who always viewed herself as moderately active and believed she would naturally maintain decent leg power. Initially, she managed the few steps in her home, hauled groceries without undue strain, and took casual strolls around the neighborhood. But by her early 80s, she sensed her legs growing heavier. She found herself pausing on the stairs more often to catch her breath. Realizing she was sidestepping activities due to her legs feeling drained, she grew alarmed at this incremental weakness. After diving into more detailed medical advisories, she learned she was teetering on the edge of deficiency in several vitamins, intimately linked with muscle function, bone strength, and nerve health. Though not severely deficient, she was low enough in a handful of vital nutrients to undermine her mobility. Adjusting her diet and thoughtfully incorporating supplements under medical supervision, Anita noticed a gradual resurgence in her lower body stamina. She never felt like she'd been whisked back to her 30s, yet her steps were more stable, her footing more certain. This improvement bolstered her confidence and enabled her to keep living a more unencumbered life. Vitamin D is often the first to be spotlighted when discussing leg health in older adults. Dubbed the sunshine vitamin, it appears when your skin soaks in sunlight, but as the years pile on, your ability to generate enough diminishes. Past 70, you might be spending less time outdoors, plus your skin becomes less responsive to the sun's rays, compromising vitamin D production. The consequences go well beyond weaker bones. A deficiency in vitamin D can sap muscle strength, destabilizing your gait. Because vitamin D governs calcium absorption, not getting enough can accelerate bone density loss. Often, older folks only realize they're missing vitamin D after a bone density scan or a fracture points to the problem. Yet muscles also draw on vitamin D for top-notch performance, meaning even simple tasks, like pushing up from a chair or climbing a flight of stairs, can feel more difficult if levels are lacking. Some people try to catch extra midday sun, but that isn't always practical, especially if you're cautious about skin cancer or live where sunlight is scarce. Others rely on supplements. The best dose varies, so it's wise to get your blood levels tested and consult a healthcare professional. After boosting her vitamin D, Anita felt her legs grow a bit steady, plus her bone scans inched upward. Although it wasn't a dramatic overnight change, it formed a pivotal piece of her overall plan. Another crucial component is vitamin B12. Renowned mostly for fueling red blood cell creation, B12 also keeps the nervous system in good working order. Leg muscles need finely tuned nerves for balance, reflexes, and fluid movement. A B12 shortage might first show up as tingling sensations or numbness in your feet, or a subtle loss of coordination that leads to stumbles and wobbles. The risk escalates with age because older adults generally produce less stomach acid, making B12 absorption trickier. Certain medications, particularly those treating acid reflux, further inhibit B12 breakdown from foods like fish, meat, and dairy. Over the long haul, even a mild deficiency can add up, resulting in nerve conduction snags that sabotage strength. In Anita's case, testing revealed her B12 teetering at the lower end of normal. Her doctor recommended a supplement for a while, and she soon experienced fewer pins and needles and steadier footing when stepping off curbs. If you suspect low B12, perhaps due to dietary cutbacks or noticeable nerve quirks, talk with a doctor. Avoid self-dosing with massive amounts of B12, but for many older individuals, addressing a B12 gap can produce a striking boost in how confidently their legs function. Vitamin K deserves prominent consideration too, especially if safeguarding bone resilience is a top priority. Vitamin K helps transport calcium into bones, ensuring it's stored where it solidifies skeletal strength. Seniors often fixate on calcium and vitamin D while overlooking that K is an integral puzzle piece. Without adequate vitamin K, some of the calcium you absorb or produce, thanks to vitamin D, can veer into places like arteries instead of fortifying bone material. Over time, that can undermine crucial leg bones, including the femur, increasing susceptibility to fractures, a serious risk in older age. Foods like leafy greens and fermented products pack vitamin K, but some older folks skip such items or follow restricted diets, leading to a shortfall. Digestive issues can also hamper absorption. Moreover, if you're on blood thinners, tinkering with vitamin K intake can be delicate, so professional input is essential. Still, plenty of older adults can reinforce their K levels naturally, like Anita did by tossing kale into her soups, and see noticeable improvements on bone density scans. She kept a close watch on potential medication clashes, but her overall gain was undeniable. Next on the roster is vitamin C, famous for immune defenses yet equally vital for collagen creation. Collagen is the structural backbone of cartilage, tendons, and ligaments, all essential for leg flexibility and stability. If your knees often ache or your ankles feel rigid, a collagen shortfall might be part of the problem. While vitamin C won't reverse advanced cartilage deterioration, it can slow degenerative processes, particularly when your overall diet is solid. Another advantage, vitamin C is a robust antioxidant, helping dampen inflammation in joints and muscles. Seniors grappling with mild arthritis may see reduced morning stiffness when vitamin C levels are kept sufficient. Since it's water-soluble, excess vitamin C generally flushes out of your system, so you need regular intake to maintain a healthy reserve. Foods like bell peppers, citrus fruits, and kiwis are excellent sources. Anita sipped fresh squeezed orange juice each morning or munched on strawberries, later noticing a subtle easing of soreness after physical activity. It wasn't a night and day shift, but overall, her joints felt more cooperative. Vitamin E, yet another potent antioxidant, is vital for shielding muscle cells from oxidative stress, that quiet saboteur of muscular youth. Ordinary movement and exercise create micro-tears in muscle tissue. Over time, the body repairs these micro-injuries, but in older adults, those repair mechanisms slow. Heightened oxidative stress can further complicate recovery. Vitamin E steps in to neutralize free radicals, paving the way for smoother muscle restoration. Over the long haul, that might translate into increased endurance and less lingering ache in your legs. Some experts also note vitamin E's positive effects on nerve function, amplifying B12's benefits. Nuts, seeds, and plant oils serve as prime sources, but many older individuals cut healthy fats to keep weight in check, inadvertently letting vitamin E slip. If you're not regularly eating sunflower seeds, almonds, or avocado, your E consumption might be lagging. Bear in mind that excessive vitamin E can thin the blood, especially relevant if you're on anticoagulants. So moderate supplementation is key. Anita started blending sunflower seeds into her morning oatmeal and felt a modest upgrade in how fresh her legs remained after a longer walk. Although magnesium isn't a vitamin, it frequently appears in conversations on leg strength. It undergirds muscle contractions, nerve signaling, and bone integrity. Without enough magnesium, you're more prone to foot or calf cramps or that heavy-legged fatigue. Older folks on certain diuretics or with diets lacking in variety can slip into magnesium deficiency, which can trigger nighttime leg cramps that disrupt precious sleep. Rest is essential for muscle healing, so it becomes a vicious circle if you're repeatedly awakened by cramps. Magnesium also contributes to activating vitamin D, so skimping on magnesium can dull the effects of even well-monitored vitamin D supplements. Seniors who replenish magnesium by eating leafy vegetables, legumes, and nuts, or by taking a supplement, often see fewer muscle spasms and can sustain gentle exercise for longer. In Anita's case, the relentless Charlie horses that once jolted her awake eased off after a few weeks of steady magnesium intake. Freed from sleep interruptions, she started each morning with more energy, no longer dragged down by sore, overworked legs. Finally, vitamin B6 ties this entire tapestry together. It's indispensable for protein metabolism, meaning it helps your body utilize dietary protein for muscle repair, and it partners with B12 and folate to maintain healthy nerves. An unnoticed B6 deficiency could manifest as perplexing muscle weakness or sluggish muscle recovery after everyday strains. B6 is also linked to managing homocysteine levels. If homocysteine is too high, it may damage blood vessels, hindering circulation, an indirect but significant factor in leg stamina. You can find B6 in chicken, fish, bananas, potatoes, and chickpeas, but some seniors tweak their diets to the point of omitting these sources, risking marginal intake. As you age, it's easy to assume that enough food equates to enough nutrients, yet variety is key. After upping her intake of salmon and occasionally tossing chickpeas into her salads, Anita noticed fewer bouts of muscle soreness, suggesting her body's protein processing machinery was running more smoothly. No single vitamin can single-handedly safeguard your leg strength. An integrated approach is best. Each of these 7 powerhouses, D, B12, K, C, E, magnesium, and B6, carries out a distinct mission but also intersects with the others. If one is missing, you might not experience the full benefit of the others. For instance, religiously taking vitamin D and calcium might yield disappointing bone density results if you're ignoring vitamin K, or you might be eating sufficient protein but still feel nerve instability if your B12 or B6 is too low. Skimping on magnesium can lead to persistent cramps that derail the exercises so crucial for muscle endurance. It can be exasperating to keep trying while your legs remain shaky. The solution? A balanced and interwoven strategy. Ideally, you'd lean on a diverse diet that includes lean protein, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and then layer on supplements only when needed. If you suspect a deficiency, address it with professional oversight, especially if you're juggling other medications or specific health issues like kidney disease. The payoff can be monumental. Countless seniors who rectify these deficiencies report walking farther before needing to rest, scaling stairs more confidently, and bouncing back faster from minor injuries. The transformation may be gradual, but over time, it can mark the difference between a life defined by precarious mobility and one characterized by greater freedom of movement. That said, physical activity remains essential. Vitamins alone can't manage the heavy lifting if your leg muscles aren't challenged regularly, be it gentle resistance exercises, balance drills, or brisk walks. Still, providing your body with proper nutrients enhances every effort you make. Muscle fibers demand raw materials to adapt. Bones rely on vitamin D and K for mass preservation, and nerves require the B vitamins to transmit signals. Anita combined brief daily walks with simple resistance band workouts for her legs, and noticed more pronounced muscle tone once her vitamin intake reached equilibrium. She also scheduled biannual checkups to monitor nutrient levels, enabling her to tweak her supplements as medications and dietary habits shifted. Maintaining open communication with her medical provider was paramount, ensuring neither deficiencies nor oversupplementation took hold. On a practical level, you may wonder how to incorporate these vitamins day to day. Food generally offers the best starting point. If you enjoy dairy or mushrooms, you can glean some vitamin D, though many older adults still need a targeted supplement to meet ideal thresholds. B12 is abundant in fish, meat, and dairy. Vegetarians or those eating less animal protein might need a supplement. Green veggies deliver vitamin K, while bell peppers and fruit supply vitamin C. Seeds and nuts boost your vitamin E, and a variety of vegetables or a specialized supplement can help with magnesium. Shifting your culinary habits all at once can be daunting, so taking small steps like swapping in spinach for lettuce or sprinkling almonds onto yogurt might be more manageable. Over time, these little shifts can add up, gradually elevating your vitamin profile without overwhelming you. You may find they become second nature and surprisingly tasty. Of course, it's important to avoid overdoing it. For fat-soluble vitamins D, E, and K in particular, excess can accumulate and throw your system out of balance, possibly affecting blood clotting or causing toxicity. That's why it's unwise to embark on mega doses without direction. Be mindful of drug interactions too. Vitamin K interacts with certain anticoagulants, and high doses of E can exacerbate blood thinning. The overall aim is balance, not haphazard experimentation. Ultimately, providing your bones and muscles a solid nutritional environment can be a linchpin in preserving your mobility and independence. The upside extends beyond the obvious: less risk of falling, easier participation in everyday activities, to a deeper sense of self-reliance. Many seniors dread the day stepping into a car or onto a curb becomes unnerving, or the possibility they'll need a care facility simply because they can't trust their legs. Ensuring an ample supply of these vitamins can help push such scenarios further down the road, enabling you to continue visiting friends, wandering through local parks, or bustling around the kitchen with less worry. That peace of mind is invaluable, and vitamins can play a starring role. Never forget that it's rarely too late to harness nutritional improvements. Even if you're in your 80s, a renewed focus on proper vitamin intake can nudge your body toward better function. Progress may be more gradual than in younger individuals, but the human body retains a capacity for healing and fortification at any age. And if you've still got decades ahead, say you're just stepping into your 60s, laying the groundwork now can ensure your 70s, 80s, and perhaps 90s are defined by capable legs rather than restricted by frailty. Note that many centenarians attribute their longevity to keeping on the move and enjoying diverse, nutrient-rich meals. They may not have labeled it as such, but they instinctively understood the synergistic relationship between consistent movement and balanced vitamin intake. If you aim to emulate that longevity, these 7 vitamins are a splendid launching point. Coupled with an exercise regimen that respects your body's evolving thresholds. If you decide to pursue this path, start with small checks. Perhaps confirm your vitamin D levels first. If they're low, address them. Next, examine your B vitamins. Do you need extra B12 or B6? Modify your diet accordingly or add a low-dose supplement. Include leafy greens or fermented foods for vitamin K. Monitor your magnesium to reduce leg cramps and prevent undue fatigue. Observe how your body adapts. Maybe you'll notice swifter recovery after a neighborhood walk or less stiffness in your ankles when you wake up. If you use a walker or cane, perhaps you'll be able to take more steps independently. Should lingering questions remain, a consultation with a geriatric dietitian or nutritionist can help tailor a plan that accommodates both your palate and medical parameters. The magic truly unfolds when these nutrients work in unity, much like an orchestra, where each instrument complements the others to create a melodious whole. By spotlighting these 7 essentials, D, B12, K, Ce, magnesium, and B6, you open the door to walking into advanced age with legs that carry you further than you might have guessed. This is less about defying the natural aging arc and more about capitalizing on every resource within it. The line between a life encumbered by weak legs and one sustained by steadfast mobility often hinges on attending to these nutritional cornerstones. Indeed, sturdy legs let you remain fully engaged with the world, taking your dog for a leisurely walk, popping over to the neighbor's house, or standing in your own kitchen without needing a break every couple of minutes. For those determined not to let the calendar define all aspects of aging, focusing on the right vitamins can become a potent game changer. May each small but purposeful dietary shift and each moment of mindful supplementation cultivate the vitality, self-sufficiency, and confidence you need to remain active, possibly well into your 90s and beyond. In that sense, you follow in the footsteps of those remarkable seniors who outpace expectations and continue putting one foot in front of the other with vigor, an enduring testament to what thoughtful nutrition can accomplish as we age.